At the commencement, I pay my tributes to Goddesses Saraswati, Dr. Bhausaheb Panjabrao Deshmukh, Founder President of Sri Shivaji Education Society, Amravati. Respected Chairman, Principal Dr. G.V. Korpe, Coordinator of this online course, Chemical Handling and Laboratory Safety, Dr. Harshali Wankhede, all committee members, all faculty staff, and dear students. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all for this online course, Chemical Handling and Laboratory Safety for UG and PG students. Laboratory accidents that results in injury, property damage are more common than we might think, and hence it is important to take training on chemical handling and laboratory safety. This course will demonstrate all sort of trainings which the student need when you enter in the laboratory and while performing the experiments. Our primary objectives are to ensure the health and safety of the students while handling chemicals in the laboratory, and hence the students should be protected, risks should be minimized, and a healthy and safe workplace is maintained. Hence, safety is everyone's responsibility. It's my pride that a staff member, Dr. Harshali Wankhede, along with all staff members, have taken a very good initiative in organizing this course. And I am sure that all the students will be benefited. During this course, our staff members will make you aware about the safety measures to be taken while working in the laboratory. Dear students, our research students and PG students is working in nanotechnology research laboratory on nanomaterial since last 10 years. On this occasion, I will be discuss with you about toxicity of nanomaterial, challenges and future need. Let us understand first what is nanomaterial. Nanomaterial means which particle size is 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. So that we called as a nanomaterials. So nanotechnology is the general terms for designing and making anything whose use depend on the specific structure at the nanoscale, which is being 100 nanometers or 100 millionth of the millimeter or less. So the material with any external dimension in the nanoscale or having internal structure or surface structure in the nanoscale. So what is nanoscale? Nanoscale is defined as the length range approximately from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Now, why we are preparing nanomaterials? What are the importance of nanomaterials? So the nanomaterial has potential applications in energy, healthcare, industry, communication, agriculture, consumer products, and so on. So we can engineer nanomaterials. So nanomaterial, which we called as, which is a size of 1 nanometer to 100 nanometers. So each material, suppose you prepare the 50 nanometer here, 50 nanometer material or 60 nanometer material. or 20 nanometer material, it's that material has its own application. So that we called as a engineered nanomaterial are rapidly becoming a part of our daily life in the form of cosmetics, food packaging, drug delivery systems, and biosensor. Since the size scale is similar to that of biological macromolecules, and due to their antimicrobial and odor fighting properties, nanomaterial are extensively used for the number of commercial products such as wound dressing, detergent, or antimicrobial coating. Now, since we are preparing the nanomaterial, what is the toxicity? First is the respiratory. So inhalation exposure is the most common route of the exposure of airborne particles in the workplace. So, so if you put that powder, since the size is very less, that is 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer size, what will happen? We can inhale easily that particles. And what will happen that one? The deposition of nanomaterial in the respiratory tract is determined by the shape and size of the particles or their agglomerated. So here is the problem. So you can so anybody, if you put the that powder in the air, immediately when you inhale something, then the particle will go inside. So that will create the problem in respiratory. Some studies suggested that the nanomaterial could potentially enter the body through intact skin during occupational exposure. Studies have shown that the particles smaller than 1 micrometer in a dimension may penetrate into mechanically flex skin sample, and that nanoparticle with varying physicochemical properties were able to penetrate the intact skin of pig. There is concern that engineered carbon nanoparticles, when manufactured on an industrial scale, could pose a dust explosion hazard, especially for processes such as mixing, grinding, drilling, sanding, and cleaning. Knowledge remains unlimited about the potential explosivity of the material when subdivided down the nanoparticle. And hence, some of the crucial questions remains are are nanomaterials more toxic than their non-nanoparticle counterpart? Will nanoparticles transform into the environment into more toxic form? Before nanomaterials are allowed to use in a daily life activities, it is important for nanotoxicology research to uncover and understand how nanomaterial influence the environment so that their undesirable property can be avoided. So you should study first about the nanotoxicology first about preparation of your nanomaterial. So advances in information technology and sensor design should lead to the development of smart sensors that detect nanoparticles concentration and determine their potential toxicity, possibly providing early indication of harm. So there should be something where to invent so that these types of accident we can avoid. And here is personal protective equipments. You can see in the figure that if you give these types of equipment to the workers, what will happen? The particles will not attach to your skin or body. So wearing long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed toe shoes and use of safety gloves and goggles, you can avoid these types of toxicity of nanomaterials. So thank you very much, and thanks to the committee members for this course. Thank you.